You are welcome to the final contest of the Gaul Regional Championship for the Northern Zone. It's the final, so it's the very last contest in the zone. And this contest is featuring Tamale Islamic Senior High School, St. Francis Xavier Senior High School, Tamale Senior High School, and Ghana Senior High School, Tamale. Contestants, congratulations to you for getting this far. We would like to know you again. I know you introduced yourselves to us already, but tell us your names and how far you've gone in school, and then we can start. So from Tamale Islamic Senior High School, we have
Abubakar Abdurrahim, final year.
and
Abdurrahman Danaba Ibrahim, final year.
representing St. Francis Senior High School are
Joa Jesse, final year.
Emmanuel Besu, final year.
from Tamale Senior High School, we have
Seni Abdul Jalil, final year.
Isako Alasan Labo, final year.
Then from Ghana Senior High School, Tamale, we have representing
Suleiman Amadiha to final year.
and
Yakub Ibrahim Malatiti, final year.
let's clap for our lady that is in the final. So, lady and gentlemen, you are welcome. The Gaul Regional Championship is proudly sponsored by GOIL with support from JoyNews. This is a primetime production. My name is Mrs. Gladys Odeshinga. I'm your quiz mistress. So contestants, welcome back. In this contest, you are going to answer questions from physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. You have 30 seconds to answer questions that involve calculations, and 10 seconds for those that do not involve calculations. You have just one attempt at answering. If I should ask you to repeat your answer for any reason, kindly repeat, do not change. When you do, I'll know. In the first round, each school will get a question. You answer correctly for a maximum of 3 points. When they are wrong, another school may answer correctly for a bonus point or lose a point when they are wrong. Before you pick up a bonus question, make sure the time has elapsed for the school that got the question. That's when they are not answering. Let the bell go out on them. Then you can press your bell. When they are talking, allow them to talk. Don't be ringing your bell to disturb them. Let them finish talking. Then when I tell them they are either right or wrong, you may come in if the need calls for that. If you don't abide by these, I'm not going to give you the opportunity to answer for a bonus point. I hope you are clear on those. Contestants, won't you mind me? I hope you are clear on those. Good. So we'll start with our first round. All the best to you. I'm starting this round with Tamale Islamic Senior High School. This first set of questions comes with a preamble, and it reads, for point charge Q located at 3J meters, find the electrostatic force due to the given point charge configuration. For point charge Q located at 3J meters, find the electrostatic force due to the given point charge configuration. So Tamale Islamic, 125 nanocoulomb at negative 4I meters and 125 nanocoulomb at 4I meters, given that Q equals 5C. So the 5C is 5 coulomb. Give your answer.
$415 Newton.
415 newtons. That is incorrect. St. Francis Xavier, 125 nanocoulomb at negative 4I meters and negative 125 nanocoulomb at 4I meters, given that Q is equal to 4 coulomb.
You know how to write it. No.
Tamale Senior High School, 375 nanocoulomb at negative 4I meters and negative 125 nanocoulomb at 4I meters, given that Q equals 2 coulombs. Your hand was up. Give me your answer.
To be 8.5 times 10 to the power 4 Newton.
That is incorrect. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale, 375 nanocoulomb at negative 4I meters and 125 nanocoulomb at 4I meters, given that Q equals 3 coulombs.
.6 times 10 to the power 9 newtons.
That is incorrect. So Tamale Islamic, yours 270 joules, 270 J newtons. St. Francis Xavier, 288 I newtons. Tamale Senior High School, the expression 288I plus 108J newtons. Then for Ghana Senior High School, the expression 216I plus 324J newtons. Preamble to the next set. Find a relation between H and K of the form H squared equals and so on and so forth, or K squared equals and so on and so forth. If the point P with coordinates HK is equidistant from, I take the preamble again. Find a relation between H and K of the form H squared equals something or K squared equals something if the point P with coordinates HK is equidistant from Tamale Islamic, the point A, 3, 0, and the y-axis. Go ahead.
We have it to be K squared is equal to 6H minus 9.
That is correct. St. Francis Xavier. The point B, the point B, please. Tamale Islamic, don't try me today too. Yesterday you gave me enough trouble. Today I'm not going to allow that. We are just starting. St. Francis Xavier. The point B, 04, and the x-axis. Go ahead.
K squared is equal to 8K minus 16.
That is incorrect. Yes, Tamale Senior High School. That is correct. Tamale Senior High School. The point C, negative 20, and the y-axis. Go ahead.
K squared is equal to negative 4H minus 4.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale. Tamale Senior High. You also won last time. The point D, 05, and the x-axis. 05, sorry, 05, and the x-axis.
We have H squared is equal to 10K minus 25.
That is correct. So there is a common one to all of you. When I get to you, you give me your answer. Tamale Islamic. You would start. So this is the common question to all of you. Give one example of similarities among primates and humans. Give one example of similarities among primates and humans. Tamale Islamic, give me yours. Go ahead.
Their forelimbs are modified into hands for grasp.
No. St. Francis.
Both primates and humans have 2 pairs of limbs, and the lower pairs are modified for walking, whilst the upper pairs are modified for clasping.
I'll give you. Tamale, give me yours.
Both have the pentadactyl limb plan. That is,
Okay. Both have
the pentadactyl limb plan. That is, they have their limbs divided into 5 degrees.
divided into
5 degrees.
I won't take that one. Okay, let's finish with Ghana Senior High.
Both have fur or hair on their skins.
I won't take that. St. Francis Xavier, you gave two pairs of limbs, the upper for grasping, the lower for walking. No. They had given one. I was going to take your second one, but no, I'm not taking it. Primates don't walk on, all the primates don't walk on their limbs, on their feet, do they? So St. Francis Xavier is not getting. So, I actually have mobile limbs, presence of nails, lengthy gestation, single birth being the norm, extended juvenile period of dependency, well-developed forebrain, complex social interactions. Preamble to all schools. Give the formula of the compound formed between the following pairs of species and indicate whether it would be acidic, basic, or neutral in an aqueous solution. Assume all compounds are soluble in water. Give the formula of the compound formed between the following pairs of species and indicate whether it would be acidic, basic, or neutral in an aqueous solution. Assume all compounds are soluble in water. So, Tamale Islamic, ammonium ion and sulfate ion.
The formula is open bracket NH4 close bracket subscript 2, SO4, and this soil will be acidic.
That is correct. St. Francis Xavier, barium ion and acetate ion. Go ahead.
The formula is BaC2O4, and the solution is basic.
No, please. Ghana Senior High.
In bracket, CA3COO subscript 2BA, and is going to be basic.
No. Tamale Senior High School, strontium ion and nitrate ion. Go ahead.
The formula is CSR, open bracket, NO3, close bracket, subscript 2, and it will be neutral.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale, aluminium ion and nitrate ion.
We have the formula to be AL in brackets NO3 subscript 3, and it's going to be acidic.
That is correct. So, St. Francis Xavier, yours should have been BA with bracket subscript 2. In the bracket we have CH3COO, and it is basic. Ghana Senior High School, there is a way of naming compounds. You don't bring certain things before others, and you don't bring others after others. So if you have Go ahead.
.38 meters per second squared.
That is incorrect. Tamale Senior High School. That is correct. St. Francis Xavier, a 4-kilogram particle on which a 5-Newton force and a 6-Newton force act if the angle between the forces is 60 degrees. Go ahead.
You have
2.75 meters per second squared.
That is incorrect. A 2-kilogram particle on which a 14 Newton force and a 3 Newton force act if the angle between the forces is 60 degrees.
Seven 0.5 meters per second squared.
That is incorrect. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale. No, Ghana Senior High School. A 3-kilogram particle on which a 15 Newton force and a 36 Newton force act. Excuse. Excuse. A 3-kilogram particle on which a 15 Newton force and a 36 Newton force act if the angle between the forces is 90 degrees.
Per second squared.
What?
21 meter per second squared.
That is incorrect. Tamale Senior High School.
13 meters per second squared.
What?
13 meters per second squared.
That is correct. Preamble to all schools. Please, let me explain something. Please, let me explain something. The bells are working. This was the issue. I have to, yes, if you ring before I say incorrect, you won't get it. And that is what the contestants are aware of. There is a reason why I take my time and go through the rules with you. I have told you, if you ring before I determine the answer, you are not going to get it. And for me to be fair, I don't even look at who has rang when I'm saying the answer is right or wrong. I only look after I have said in, then I can tell who has rang. So whichever, I don't know who ranks before the other. So I think for some of them, they don't get a
Hello. Please, can we have some silence? Please. Let's have some silence. We are here to have a good contest. Please, let's have a good contest and just leave.
Let's have some silence so we can continue, please. Calm down. Please keep quiet, please. Oh. Once again, please let's have some silence. The noise you are making will not affect the outcome of what is going on here. So please keep quiet. The noise you are making won't change anything here. So please keep quiet. Or if you want to go out, to open the door for you. So please keep quiet.
Please. I have nothing against any school here. Now, the contestants, they were here yesterday with me. I didn't take it for granted that they were here yesterday with me. I rehashed the rules. I told them everything before we started. For the audience, if you did not hear, let me repeat what I told them. I told them that if you want to pick a bonus, wait for me to say whether the answer is right or wrong. Or you wait for the bell to go out on them, then you can ring for your answer. Anything before that, I won't give you the opportunity. The fact that I have started talking doesn't mean I have determined the answer. I'm very strict with my work. If you don't know me, that is how I work. I'm very strict and I deal fairly with everybody. I don't play with my work at all. And so, I have a system, I don't even look at who has rang. If it's incorrect, usually I say that is, if you hear that is and you ring, you won't get me calling you. But once I say in, then I look at the board and see whose number is there. That is the system I use. I'm very particular because I know issues like this may arise. This is a competition where 1 point counts. In this competition, 1 point counts. And so, if for that point, I'm going to disregard that you have rang, it wouldn't benefit, that point won't come to me. So please, we are going to continue, and the same rules are applying. Test my system and see if I'm being fair or not. We continue. There is a preamble to all schools for this next set, and it reads, give the name of one branched alcohol that can be formed from the compound with the molecular formula C5H12O. Give the name of one branched alcohol that can be formed from the compound with the molecular formula C5H12O. Tamale Islamic, give me yours.
2-methyl 2-butanol.
2-methyl 2-butanol. That is correct. St. Francis Xavier.
2-methyl 1-butanol.
That is correct. Tamale Senior High School.
We have 3-methyl 1-butanol.
That's correct. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale.
2,2-dimethyl propanol.
That is incorrect. So the other two that I was expecting, 3-methyl 2-butanol, then 2,2-dimethyl 1-propanol. Preamble to all schools. Find the set of values K such that the quadratic equation. Find the set of values of K such that the quadratic equation Tamale Islamic. X squared plus the expression k minus 2 multiplying x plus k minus 3 equals 0 has distinct roots. Go ahead.
K is such that k is greater than 4 or k is less than negative 4.
That is incorrect. St. Francis Xavier. Oh, for a bonus. St. Francis Xavier. X squared plus kx plus the expression k plus 3 equals 0 has no real roots. Go ahead.
Minus 2 x k is such that minus 2 less than k less than 6.
Hello. Okay. Tamale Senior High School. X squared minus 2kx plus the expression 2 minus k equals 0 has real roots. Go ahead.
K is such that k is less than or equal to negative 2 or k is greater than or equal to 1.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale Senior High School. Another school is going to get their question. You were quiet when your school was getting their question. X squared plus 2kx plus the expression k plus 2 is equal to 0 has no real roots. You were answering, go ahead.
K is such that negative 4 less than k less than 2.
That is incorrect. Tamale Islamic.
K is such that negative 1 less than k less than 2.
That is correct. Preamble to all schools for this set. And it reads, Name the plant source of the given fiber. Name the plant source of the given fiber. Tamale, sisal. Go ahead. That is incorrect. Repeat your answer for everybody to hear.
Coconut fruit.
Why do you add fruit now? It's incorrect. St. Francis Xavier, kapok. Go ahead.
The kapok fruit.
You get one. Tamale Senior High School, jute.
The jute plant.
No. Ghana Senior High School, Kwa.
Coconut.
1 point. So the plant source for sisal is the agave species. Now, I'll tell you what you were supposed to give me. That's why you got the 1-1. Kapok is Ciba pentandra. Jute is cockroach species. And Kwa is Cocos nucifera. That's the end of the first round. I have 2 challenges here. The first one, there was a challenge here, but you held us up for how long? Then we could have replayed this, but you just held us up. So we've dealt with this one already. The second one, yes, Ghana Senior High School gave me C into bracket CH3 COO subscript 2 BA. Are you saying your answer was correct? Your answer was not correct. And I explained why before we even moved on from there. Now, everybody here, listen to me. When the students do well, we are happy. It is not our wish that we have spent a lot of time preparing these questions and we bring and students are unable to answer. I don't know if you've been observing me, but when the students are answering, I usually have a wide smile on my face because I'm happy they know what we are talking about. I don't hide my emotions, so I show them openly. When they are not doing well, you hardly see a smile on my face. Yes, when they say something funny, I would laugh over it, I'll smile, and everybody goes along with it. So it is not our wish that they are not good. And because of that, we take extra effort trying to make them understand how they are to present answers, how they are to read whatever they have written down, so that when they come to the nationals, it will not go against them. At the national, I'm not going to do all this benevolent work I'm doing, because over there's serious business. You are supposed to know. So whatever trick I'll teach you, it is here that I'll teach you. So if you don't like that one too, I take my thing. Contestants, we are starting the second round. Oh, I haven't announced the scores. So at the end of the first round, Ghana Senior High School Tamale had 6 points. St. Francis Xavier Senior High School had 7 points. Tamale Islamic Senior High School had 13 points. And Tamale Senior High School had 15 points. So contestants, we are starting our second round. This is known as the speed race. In the speed race, the questions are coming to all of you at the same time. Are you going to allow me to continue? For this particular round, when they don't hear, it affects everybody. So I'll continue. So if you sit down to deny your school from hearing their question, it's up to you. I'm going to give the question, each question to all of you at the same time. You may take turns in answering. The first school to answer correctly earns 3 points. When they are wrong, second school answers correctly for 2 points. When they are wrong, the third and fourth schools, in that order, would answer correctly for 1 point. Anytime you get it wrong, you lose a point. In this round, as soon as you are ready with your answer, you ring the bell to alert me. If I don't see, those at the table would see. If the one answering doesn't get it, you definitely get your opportunity to give your answer. If you don't ring and the bell goes out on you, you won't get the opportunity again. Now when you ring, you have 3 seconds. I repeat, 3 seconds within which to give me your answer. That is not the time for you to be telling me, and you've asked for this and you've asked for that, so this is what we have. No. Once you ring, give me the answer. I know what I have asked of you, and I don't want you or expect you to give it back to me. Just give me the answer, 3 seconds. If you don't, I'm going to move on to the next school if there is any, or else I consider your answer wrongly given. You want us to play by the rules. We are going to play strictly by the rules. So we start our second round. Round 2. The pH of a saturated solution of Zn into bracket OH bracket close subscript 2 is 10 at 25 degrees Celsius. What is the solubility product of Zn into bracket OH bracket close subscript 2 at this temperature? Yes, Tamale Islamic.
4 times 10 to the power negative 12.
No, that is incorrect. Tamale Senior High.
The solubility product is 1.0 times 10 to the power negative 8.
That is incorrect. Did anyone else ring? No. So the answer is 5.0 times 10 to the power negative 13 mole per decimeter cubed. In a furnace, iron 3 oxide reacts with carbon to produce iron and carbon dioxide. What mass of iron is formed when 40 grams of iron 3 oxide is heated? Fe is 56 grams per mole. O is, yes,
14 grams.
That is incorrect. O is 16 grams per mole. Tamale Senior High.
56 grams.
That is incorrect. Tamale Islamic.
28 gram.
That is correct. We continue. An ideal gas occupying a volume of 112.0 decimeter cube at a pressure of 148 kilopascal expands to 8 times its original volume. Determine the new pressure in the containing vessel, assuming the temperature remains constant. Yes, St. Francis Xavier.
18.5 kilopascals.
That is correct. What is the vacuum wavelength of the photon emitting nanometers? With respect to the hydrogen atom, what is the wavelength in air for the Balmer limit? Yes, Tamale Islamic.
366 picometers.
366 picometers.
Yes.
That is incorrect. It is 364.6 nanometers. Find the average molecular speed of a gas at 300 Kelvin composed of molecules each of mass 5.3 times 10 to the power negative 26 kilogram. It's 446 meters per second. Find the equation of the tangent to the curve y equals x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 2 at the point x equals 2 on the curve. Tamale Islamic.
Y equal to 4x minus 6.
That is correct. Given that sine A equals 2 over 3, find cos 2A. Tamale Islamic.
1 over 9.
That is correct. Find the inverse. Find the inverse of the linear transformation xy mapping onto 2x minus y, comma, 3x minus y. Tamale Islamic.
X y mapping on to 1/5, multiplying the expression 2x plus y negative 3y negative 3x plus 2y.
That's incorrect. No, St. Francis Xavier ranked second.
xy mapping onto, in brackets, minus x plus y, comma, minus 3x plus 2y.
That is correct. What is the function of the P subscript 700 in the light reactions of photosynthesis? It is the reaction center for photosystem 1, which indicates the wavelength of maximum light absorption in the red region of the spectrum. What is the main difference between the spine of modern humans and apes? Humans have curved spines, while apes have straight spines. In the history of human civilization, what was the chief source of fuel till fossil fuel discovery? Wood. And that's the end of the second round. Before we continue, St. Francis Xavier Senior High School and Ghana Senior High School Tamale would like to make changes. So Emmanuel Beso is going out for Benedict Molona to come in. And then for Ghana School, Madihatu Sulemana is going out for Umar Farouk to come in. Thank you for being with us, Emmanuel and Madihatu. You're welcome, Benedict and Farouk. At the end of the second round, Ghana Senior High School Tamale had 6 points. St. Francis Xavier Senior High School had 11 points. Tamale Senior High School had 13 points. And Tamale Islamic Senior High School had 17 points. We continue with the third round. In this round, we are going to give true or false to statements that I give to you. When I give you the statement, you tell me it's true or false. Each school is going to get a statement. When you are right, you earn 2 points. When you are wrong, you lose a point. You may decide not to answer. Where another school answers correctly for the 2 points, or they lose a point when they are wrong. When you are ready to pick up another school's statement, let their time elapse. Then you may ring your bell. Contestants, keep your eyes on me. No eyes wandering. Because when I give you your statement, I'll be looking at you. And if your eyes go wandering, I'll disqualify your answer. So I wish you the best in the third round. I'm starting again with Tamale Islamic Senior High School. The greater the current passing through an electrolytic solution, the faster the rate of electrolysis. Go ahead.
That will be true. False.
That is incorrect. St. Francis Xavier. Electrolysis is commonly used in the production of sodium and aluminium.
It's true.
That is correct. Tamale, electrolysis can only occur when the electrolyte is aqueous.
False.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High, electrolysis may become Tamale Senior High. Electrolysis may be considered a reversible process.
False.
That is incorrect. Tamale Islamic, hardwood is a category of lumber classification. Go ahead.
True.
That is correct. St. Francis Xavier, hardwood is a category of commercial forestry classification.
It's true.
That is correct. Tamale Senior High School, softwood refers to wood from angiosperms.
False.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School, 35% of the world's forest area is dominated by softwoods.
It's false.
That is correct. Tamale Senior High School. The work done by the gas is proportional to the natural logarithm of the ratio of final to initial volume of the gas. That is correct. Please repeat your answer. Repeat your answer.
True.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale. The work done by the gas is independent of the temperature of the gas.
True.
That is incorrect. Tamale Islamic. The base angles of an inscribed trapezium are congruent.
True.
That is correct. St. Francis Xavier. A parallelogram inscribed in a circle is a rectangle.
It's false.
That is incorrect. Tamale Senior High School. In a circle, if a diameter bisects a chord, then it is perpendicular to the chord.
True.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School. In a circle, congruent chords are equidistant from the center.
True.
That is correct. Tamale Islamic. Alkali metals have low electron affinities due to their high nuclear charge and large atomic size.
False.
That is correct. St. Francis Xavier. Electron affinity is always an exothermic process.
It's false.
That is correct. Tamale Senior High. Electron affinity values generally increase across the period from left to right and decrease from top to bottom.
True.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale. Noble gases have high electron affinities because of the attainment of a full outer shell based on the octet rule.
True.
That is incorrect. Tamale Islamic. Anaphylactic reactions are limited to food allergies.
True.
That is incorrect. St. Francis Xavier. St. Francis Xavier. Food aversions can cause rapid drop in blood pressure.
It's true.
That is incorrect. Tamale Senior High School. Penicillin is allergenic to some people. True. That is correct. Tamale, please let me continue. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale. Tamale Senior High School, when it is your school's turn, you keep quiet to allow them. When it's someone else's turn, you don't want to be quiet. Why is that? Ghana Senior High School, Tamale. Food allergies are easy to diagnose.
False.
That is correct. Tamale Islamic. The frequency of an electromagnetic wave in vacuum is greater than the frequency of the same wave in glass.
False.
That is correct. Please leave your microphone on, okay? St. Francis Xavier. The speed of light in glass depends on the wavelength of the light.
Speed generally depends on wavelength. It's false.
That is incorrect. Tamale Senior High School. The wavelength of an electromagnetic wave in vacuum is smaller than the wavelength of the same wave in glass?
False.
That is incorrect. Ghana Senior High School. Ghana Senior High School. Now I would ask you, Tamale Islamic, to be quiet. Ghana Senior High School. The frequency of an electromagnetic wave in vacuum is smaller than the frequency of the same wave in glass.
True.
That is incorrect. Preamble to all schools. Given that f of x equals sine inverse of x, then, given that f of x equals sine inverse of x, then Tamale Islamic, -1 less than or equal to f of x, less than or equal to 1.
False.
That is correct. St. Francis Xavier, 0 less than or equal to f of x, less than or equal to pi over 2.
It's false.
That is correct. Tamale Senior High School, -pi over 2, less than or equal to f of x, less than or equal to pi over 2.
True.
That is correct. Ghana Senior High School, Tamale, -1 less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 1.
True.
That is correct. have the results? So, we are done with our third round. Just give it to me here. Ready. At the end of the third round, Ghana Senior High School Tamale had 7 points. St. Francis Xavier Senior High School had 18 points. Tamale Senior High School had 26 points. And Tamale Islamic Senior High School had 27 points. We continue with our fourth and final round. All the calculations are over. In this round, I'm going to give you clues to help you solve riddles. There are 4 riddles in this round. Each will come to all of you at the same time. You may take turns in solving the riddle. As I give you the clues, if you are able to solve on the first clue, you earn 5 points. On the second clue, you earn 4 points. From the third to the very last one, you earn 3 points. When you're ready, just press the bell. I wish you all the best. Riddle, riddle. I contain reactants and products. I also contain coefficients. I may be used to estimate the amount of product from a given amount of reactants. I usually contain symbols. Yes, Tamale Senior High.
Stoichiometric chemical equation.
What?
Stoichiometric chemical equation.
No, please. Who rang? Yes. St. Francis Xavier.
So we have a balanced chemical equation.
No, please. I typically have reactants to the left and products to the right. I describe a chemical reaction in one of the simplest ways possible. Who am I? Yes, Tamale Islamic.
Come to the left. A chemical equation.
That is correct. We continue. I am a compound statement. I am formed from 2 simple statements. I am true only in one statement, in one instant. I am false when any one of the 2 statements is false. Yes, St. Francis Xavier. Who? Tamale.
We have disjunction.
That is incorrect. St. Francis Xavier.
Implication.
That is incorrect. There's Ghana Senior High School.
Conjunction.
Conjunction is correct. I am a natural product. I am obtained from several tropical plant species. The Europeans first encountered me when they saw bouncy balls being used in sports. Tropical Africa and yes, St. Francis Xavier.
We have cocoa.
That is incorrect. Tropical Africa and South America have an abundant and quality source for me. I ooze from cuts made on the tree Xavier Brasiliensis. Who am I? Yes, Tamale Islamic.
Gum.
That is incorrect. Tamale ran before the bell went. It rang out. So the answer is rubber. Last one for this contest. Please, let's be quiet. You may continue with your prayer, but quietly, okay? Quietly, everybody, let's be quiet. I am a branch of physics. I'm actually a subfield of electromagnetism. I'm concerned. Yes, Tamale.
Electromagnetic induction.
That is incorrect.
Please calm down, let's finish. Please. Islamic, please calm down. Tamale Islamic. We have not done with the contest, please.
Can I continue? I am concerned with the generation, transmission, detection, and applications of light. Yes, St. Francis Xavier.
Optics.
That is correct. We have come to the end of the contest. At the end of the contest, these are the scores. Ghana Senior High School Tamale ended the contest with 10 points. St. Francis Xavier Senior High School ended with 21 points. Tamale Senior High School ended with 26 points. So Ghana Senior High School, St. Francis Xavier Senior High School, and Tamale Senior High School, you fought hard, but the day was not yours to carry. So I wish you the best as you prepare for the national competitions and then also for your upcoming WASI. I wish you the best. Go and write and pass with flying colors.